Dance at West is innovation and imaginative.
Dance at Wesleyan is supportive.
Dance at Wesleyan is flexible.
Dance at Wesleyan is filled with love, encouragement, passion, and curiosity.
Dance at Wesleyan is exciting.
Dance at Wesleyan is collaborative.
Dance at Wesleyan is finding yourself.
Dance at Wesleyan is finding a family. Good afternoon. My name is Shirley Sullivan. I'm a class of 2021 Dance and Psychology double major at Wesleyan University. On behalf of the Dance Department and the Center for the Arts, welcome to our Spring 2021 Worlds of Dance concert. This annual end-of-semester celebration features traditional and contemporary dances from across the globe. Before we start, we would like to acknowledge that Wesleyan Center for the Arts is located on the Wangunk land of Mattabesset, now known as Middletown. We recognize and respect the relationship between the Wangunk and this land as we work towards a more equitable community for all. During this moment of virtual navigation, both students and faculty have engaged in coursework and concert preparation all across Turtle Island, now known as West, as well as internationally. All who come here are welcome in this space today. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Enjoy the show.
Bom dia, Carissa. Tudo bem?
Bom dia, Karen to the Vaughn.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karen LeBron Ramos, and I am a part of the class of 2023.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carissa Lee, and I'm also a part of the class of 2023.
Afro-Brazilian dance is taught by the one and only, talented and passionate Professor Joya Powell. Brazil is a land enriched with history and a breathtaking culture. Afro-Brazilian dance was first created by the enslaved Africans of Brazil's colonial era. Specifically, this class allowed us to explore the dances of the Orishas, originating in the rituals of the Yoruba gods in Candomblé from Nigeria, Africa. Personally, it has been an honor and privilege to be able to celebrate both the African and Brazilian culture while exploring the roots of my heritage.
Samba, originally called samba from Angola, was adapted in Brazil by the African diaspora. Learning the samba is not easy. It is polyrhythmic since the hips move in counts of 3 while the feet are moving in counts of 2. Initially, I struggled to get the rhythm, but after a few weeks of practice, the movements became more natural in my body.
This class was constantly filled with laughter, fun, and excitement. For the safety of both students and instructor, we learned a majority of the choreography on Zoom and had in-person classes only 2 weeks before filming. Nonetheless, Joya successfully created a safe community for all of her students to learn and be challenged. We are excited to show you all what we have been working on.
You are all cordially invited to our very own carnival. Are you ready to join us in our carnival?
I don't think they're ready. Make sure to get on your pez Turn the volume up and get ready to celebrate. 1, 2, 3. Desfruta!
Hey, my name's Dariana Gooden.
Hi, my name's Danielle.
My name is Latanya, and I would love to welcome you to the final performance of the Intro to Dance class taught by Professor Doug Elkins. This semester of dance has been a wonderful experience. We finally restarted classes in person, employing social distancing, of course, and most, if not all of us, had a blast.
This semester, we were introduced to the many creative approaches to the world of dance. We focused on our body and its relationship to the space around us, moving through different mediums and levels.
Creative dance is not strictly for people who know how to dance. Dance is more so how your body moves, how you choose to move your body, what sequence of movements do you choose to put together for those movements.
We learned how to view dance not only as a method of exercise, but also as a form of expression of cultures, moods, experiences, and more.
We learned about incorporating self-expression through these creative approaches, reflecting on the feelings that came with all of our movements. It's through these experimentations with movement that we've been able to examine our overall artistic outlooks on life.
Dance is just, it's fun, it's easy, and it's just one of the most like human things that you could actually just do. Like it's natural. It's not something that, you have to sit down and learn. It's just something you do.
My favorite part about classes were the improvisations. It was challenging for me because I had to think outside the box and completely be myself, sometimes in front of the entire class. It encouraged me to just let loose and be, and that was a freeing experience for me. So I hope you enjoy watching the show as much as we enjoyed creating it for you.
Most importantly, we're especially grateful for the opportunity to dance in person and on stage this semester. We want to thank Doug and Joseph for teaching this class with the utmost creativity and patience. We also want to give a special shout out to Chelsie and Pam for putting these productions together. We hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, I'm Carissa.
And I'm Kobe.
This semester, our class learned the theory and practice of a traditional Javanese dance form from Professor Maho Ishiguro. We are performing Gambyong Retno Kusumo from the Makunagarang Palace in the city of Solo. The Gambyong dance consists mainly of movements that can be described as soft, smooth, and controlled. When put together, the dancers are expressing the charm of a young marriageable woman. You'll notice that the dancers will dance with bent knees, allowing them to be grounded and have these controlled movements. This continues with detailed hand gestures that are seamlessly incorporated into the choreography. The costumes consist of a sarong, a stagan, and a sampor, the latter of these being a vital part of the dance itself because it acts as an extension to the dancers. The dance is accompanied by a traditional gamelan ensemble and is usually performed at social gatherings such as weddings and the court.
At the beginning of the semester, few of us had any experience with traditional Javanese dance, and after weeks of physically distant in-person classes, we were able to learn the basic techniques of the gambyong. The class was constantly filled with joy and excitement as Professor Maho taught us the intricacies and nuances of the traditional art form. We're so excited to show you what we've been able to learn this semester, and we hope you enjoy.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a sophomore at Wesleyan University.
Hello, my name is Lucy, and I'm a freshman at Wesleyan University. The name of our course is Introduction to Dance,
with Professor Djordjevich.
A brief description of the course is that we have been working in creating what is comfortable with our bodies, as well as creating dance movement with the time and space given.
A highlight experience for me is our dance sequence that has progressed throughout the semester. It's great to see the transformation that our dancing has gone through from the beginning to the end.
We hope you enjoy your performance.
3, 2, 1.
Sullivan.
And my name is Ellie Salinas.
And this semester, we were students in the energetic hip-hop class taught by Professor Doug Elkins.
Throughout the semester, we explored the history and practice of different forms of hip-hop, including b-boying and b-girling, up-rocking, popping, waving, and locking.
We also looked at hip-hop's connection to other club forms, such as house dance and house ballroom forms, whacking, and voguing.
What you will see today are combinations created by the students based on phrases and styles learned over the past few months. Each group had the freedom to use any choreography they pleased in whatever order or manner they wanted.
We hope you have just as much fun watching as we did creating. Enjoy the show!
Hi everyone, welcome to Bharata Natyam 1, taught by Professor Hari Krishnan. I am Guillaume.
I'm Kellen.
I'm Geeta.
I'm Erin.
I am Dulce.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Natalia.
This past semester, we learned Atilana, an abstract dance piece musically composed by Professor B. Balasubramanian and choreographed by Professor Hari Krishnan.
Every Monday and Wednesday, we had the opportunity to engage with the material. We have focused on Bharata Natyam technique for the majority of the first half of the semester and have engaged with the lessons on Bharata Natyam's complex history during the second half.
We dance at Wesleyan because dancing builds community even in the middle of a pandemic. This class has allowed us to explore a wide range of movements while lending us historical and political perspective.
We took Bharata Natyam because we like learning about the historical impact of art on communities and thinking about how art can be used as a form of activism. It's a fortunate opportunity to collaborate and bring people together.
We are from diverse backgrounds in the sciences and humanities with a range of experiences in this dance, from little to lifelong experience with Bharata Natyam. We express the fluidity of this evolving dance form through our performance. If you are considering enrolling in this class next semester, take it.
There is nothing that compares to the joy of dancing barefoot in the grass on Warren Street or in a dance studio with a group of individuals with different perspectives on the meaning behind movement, but with a common goal to find a sense of community and belonging through dance.
Hope you enjoy our dance. Thank you.
Tam 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 tajanu tanadirana. Tam 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 tajanu tanadirana. Takatari jono takatari tam 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 tajanu tanadirana. Takatari jono takatari tam 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 tajanu tanadirana. Takatari jonu 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 takatari tam 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 tajanu tanadirana 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 takatari jonu takatari tam 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 tajanu tanadirana
I dance at Wesleyan because I like to see how art can build communities and create change.
I dance at Wesleyan because I feel the strength and the strength of my community. Dancing allows me to understand the power and delicacy of life.
I dance at Wesleyan because it means challenging myself, diminishing limiting beliefs, and cultivating my physical prowess.
I dance at Wesleyan because here I have the freedom to move my body as freely as the wind and learn at my own pace.
I dance at Wesleyan because it's a unique environment where community members can come together, be authentic, and hold space for each other. Everyone is encouraged to dance for the sake of joy and passion rather than perfection. Wesleyan's dance community holds space for me to participate even with chronic pain. And all bodies can make meaningful movement.
I dance at Wesleyan because it allows me to break away from the mundane academic routine, and it gives me a creative outlet that differs from my everyday academic commitments.
I dance at Wesleyan because there's no greater feeling in the world than moving to a piece of music and letting the rest of the world disappear.
I dance at Wesleyan because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I feel grateful to be able to meet, share, and create around dancing in studios while the pandemic forced the dance world to be at pause.
I dance at Wesleyan because it gives me a chance to express myself through the lens of various cultures.
I dance at Wesleyan because it brings me joy when life and the world are chaotic.
tam 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 tajanu tanadirana akita dim janu tadim tasadimi kita jau jau akita dim janu tadim tasadimi kita jau jau akita dim janu tadim tasadimi kita jau jau Madari tana tari tikita jum jum dasari tana tari tikita jum jum Madari tana tari tikita tadana jono dimi tadimi tadana jono dimi tadana
Tarita tarita dana. Dana dana dana. Jonata jonata jono. Dimita dimita dimi. Tari dana jono dimi. Tari dana jono dimi. Tarita dana 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 jonata jonata jono dimita dimi. Tarita tarita dana 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 jonata jono dimita dimi. Tarita dana ta jono ta dimi. Tarita dana ta jono ta dimi. Tataka diketa tonta. Takata diketa tonta. Takata diketa tonta. Tarita dana ta jono ta dimi. Tatari ta dana ta jono ta dimi. Takata diketa tonta. Takata diketa tonta. Takata diketa tarita tarita dana 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 jono ta jono dimita dimita dimi. Takata diketa tonta. Takata diketa tonta. Takata diketa tonta.
Tam 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 tagan tanagirana takatari jonu takatari tam 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 tajanu tanagirana takatari jonu takatari tam 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 tajanu tanagirana karana tirana.
Ta nam ta rum ge dim.
Hello, I am Charmaine Eckert.
Hi, I'm Annie Kidwell.
I'm Jace Arway.
Hi, I'm Ava Niederlander.
I'm Marin Westgard.
I'm Rhea Ashby.
I'm Zach Farnsworth.
And I'm Aditi Mahesh.
We are students of Bharata Natyam 2, taught by Professor Hari Krishnan. Bharata Natyam is a classical dance style from South India, which has a long legacy at Wesleyan University since the 1960s.
Historically, the dance is a complex one, intertwined with issues of colonialism, cultural nationalism, and disenfranchisement.
At Wesleyan, we have the unique opportunity to integrate our liberal arts education with our dance training, focusing on the socio-political nature of this pandemic year that we currently inhabit.
Learning Bharata Natyam with Professor Krishnan, we have been able to reflect on what is happening personally for us in the real world and incorporate these thoughts in our piece.
We present a visual representation of our own pandemic reality, drawing from the rich vocabulary of this dance style. You will see 5 abstract dance sequences and 6 improvisational text-based interpretive pieces, all folded into a single dance.
Drawing inspiration from Miss Amanda Gorman's poem, The Hill We Climb, performed during President Biden's inauguration on January 20th, we used improvised exercises of isolating the eyes, fingers, feet, back, and face as our visual canvas.
All of these body parts are used collectively in Bharata Natyam, but we intentionally isolated and deconstructed them as an embellishment of the beauty, struggle, resistance, and hope showcased in the poem.
We invite you to consider what Ms. Gorman's words mean for all of us today. We hope you enjoy our piece. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one.
No, ta dim me ta ta jum ta jum ta nam ta rum ge dim kitta takka di no ta dim me ta ta jum ta jum ta nam ta rum ge dim kitta takka di no ta dim me ta jum ta nam ta rum get them kita takati din no tata dimita tata jum tanam tatrum get them kita takadi no tata dimita kata jum tanam tarum kedim takati din no tata dimita kata jum tajam tanam tarum takadi no tata dimita kata jum tajam tanam taram takati din no tata dimita kata jum tanam tarum kedim takadi no dimita takadimita kita takatari takatati kita to di no dimita takadimita kita takatari kita takatati kita to di no dimita takadimita kita takatari kita takatati kita takatari kita takatati kita takatari kita takatati kita tomta.
And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first, we must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true.
Digitaka dalang gutaka diko takita tatiketa tomta tarita Odat danata Odat jornota Odat dimita ta tarita kita takata danata kita takata jornota kita takata dimita kita taka tatarita tatanata tajonuta tatimita dalangata kertakatarikertom tatarita tadanata tajonuta tatimita dalangata kertakatarikertom tatarita tadanata tajonuta tatimita dalangata kertakatarikertom dalangata kertakatarikertom dalangata kertakatarikertom ta.
That even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it.
Digitaka taka dalang gutati ketatom tatta ding gutakata tatta ding guketaka taka ding gutakate tatta ding guketaka tatta ding gutakata tatta ding guketaka taka ding gutakate tatta ding guketaka tatta ding gutakata takata ding gutakate yi nakata ding gutakata kertakata ding gutakate yi tatta ding gutakata takata ding gutakate takatiku kertakatari kertom takatiku kertakatari kertom takatiku kertakatari kertom tatta ding gutakata takata ding gutakate takatiki kertakatari kertom takatiki kertakatari kertom takatiki kertakatari kertom tatta ding gutakata kertakata ding gutakate takatiku kertakatari kertom takatiku kertakatari kertom takatiku kertakatari kertom ta.
We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert.
Gutom takata tiketa tom tat dennam ta tat dennam ketta takat takadennam teyi tat dennam ketta takat tat dennam ta tat dennam ketta takat takadennam teyi tat dennam ketta takat tat dennam ta kita taka taka dennam te kita taka tat dennam taka dennam taka tati kita tom taka tati kita tom tat dennam taka dennam taka tati kita tom taka tati kita tom tat dennam taka dennam taka tati kita tom taka tati kita tom ta.
How could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain: if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright.
Digitaka 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 taka dalang gutom taka diku tati ketatom tatta tari taka tatta tari taka dimi tatta dana taka tatta dana taka jono taka tatta jono taka dimi tatta dimi taka tatta dimi taka dimi tatta tari tatti tadana tati ketatom taka tati ketatom taka diki tati ketatom tatta dana tatti tadana taka tati ketatom taka tati ketatom taka tati ketatom tatta jono tatti tadimi dalang gutak kertak tari
So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the West. We will rise from the wind-swept Northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked South. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.